Pro Racing Anzac Day preview. Daggy and Beaver with you to have a look at the Kenzo meeting this afternoon. How are you, Beaver?
Well, thank you, Dougie, on this lovely public holiday. The sun is shining and good to have another day off work.
It is. It's a magnificent day in Sydney town. Just quickly, we should mention and pass on our condolences to the family and friends of Dean Holland, who tragically lost his life yesterday. Thoughts with everyone down there. The Flemington meeting has been abandoned out of respect, so I understand that. Very, very shit situation, and thoughts with everyone down there.
Yeah, horrendous. What can I say? You know, these guys take to the track every day, and you know these things can happen, but you don't expect them, and it's just sad when under these circumstances, and heart goes out to the family and of Holland and friends and the whole racing community, I guess. Just very sad.
Yeah, so hopefully, well, they will get the support they need from the industry, but just tragic events there. And I guess we'll talk about Melbourne racing more come the Saturday show. So I imagine some of those features might be moved to the weekend, but we'll worry about that later. It's the least of the concerns for now. And obviously we'll everyone paying their respects to the Anzacs and getting out and about this afternoon. Might want to win it from Kenzo at least, so we'll get stuck into that. Where it's currently a soft 5, but I think it will be a good track. Rails true, it should be typical Kenzo, so you're probably looking on pace early and then slingshotting, by the end of the card down there. We kick off with a 1100 metre maiden. The first couple of races I've noticed have been knocked around by scratchings, but how are we going to start the day here?
Yeah, look, I dug deep into this and I kept coming back to the favourite here in number 2, Emperor. The more I looked at it, the more I thought it was just looked a pretty good thing. It's only been lightly raced, but recent trials have been very, very good and showed some ability when it was first in work and raced in some good quality races. I think Dutton bringing it to Randwick here for this race is a good sign, and I think it'll be hard to beat.
I don't have much more to add on that. I do think the scratchings have helped the first starter and the outsider of the market, you and I. I thought both its last 2 trials have been good, finding the pace, and in a maiden where some of these are starting to get a bit exposed, I thought it might actually be over the odds, to be honest. You mentioned Emperor, and I'll mention Waikiki too. We had a bit of an opinion of last time in, and the trials have been good, but it's less exciting when you've got a field of 6 to talk about after runners. Favourite hard to beat at the end of the day. The second is 1800 metre benchmark 72. Again, we've lost some of the ones that were in from the weekend, including a fancied one. I'm giving a chance here to this import, Naval War College, who both was just tucked away in both trials, looked to truck around pretty well. And ultimately, this isn't a strong race, and I think if there's any upside here, bringing that sort of overseas middle distance form, I think it runs really well. Scratchings have halved its price, but around the $5 mark I think is a fair enough bet. Obviously respecting cutting a dime, coming back from some really good stuff. But let's have a crack at this import. This for me in race 2. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm doing the same. When I did the form last night without the scratchings, I had it on top.
Same actually.
With those scratchings, I think it brings it right in now. I don't think it has to be too good to win this. You'd think that if they're buying horses like this and bringing them to Australia from overseas, that they'd want to be winning races like this. So I've got it a clear on top, and I think it might start favourite, to be honest. So I think, clear on top for me.
Excellent. The third is a 1550 metre benchmark 64. We've lost again half the field. So I'm leaning to the on paces here with what's come out, and that's my top pick, Pacific Warrior, coming back from a midway benchmark 72 there. In getting Tyler Schiller on, rolls to the front, going to roll along at a nice clip, and you're still getting about double figures this morning, if my page refreshes correctly. Still getting $10 there, so it goes on top. And easy luck for me from Token Capitalist, who again has come through some decent enough stuff because I've lost my other chances here. So that's why I was looking at this. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I lost my 2 two other chances. So I'm coming back to Token Capitalist here. Um, not a lot of confidence around, but I think now with those scratchings, it probably comes into to clear on top pick. It has decent enough form to run well here, and I don't mind the claim for Zach Lloyd. So Token Capitalist for me.
2400 metre benchmark 78 Anzac Day Cup is the staying race on the card. Is Yarrawonga ready now, Beaver, or are you going somewhere else?
I think Yarrawonga is ready now. I actually tipped Casual Connection last start.
You did. Well done.
And got the win there. But I think it can reverse the tables here. I think that race set up perfectly for Casual Connection. I think Yarrawonga will be better suited here. I think it might be able to control it and just get a little bit better lead here. And suited at home track at Randwick, probably the board.
Yeah, same. It's now had the 2400 metre blowout. I think resuming at 2000, it's half felt like it's always just been that little bit of a run behind, getting nabbed late each time. Gets a soft lead here. I think this is good to go for it today, so clearly on top for me. The Quinella probably runs a Quinella again. There's not a lot else in this race. Yarrawonga from Casual Connection for me. Race 5, benchmark 72, 1550 for the girls. And what are we left here with here? I'm left with 4 for Cindy. I thought it just looked obvious coming back from the Carbine Club behind the fortune teller there. And again, some of the guts have come out of this race. If this sits close enough, I think it's got the best sprint and should win this from O'Reilly, as the market just will control and be up on pace. Again, this race falls away a little bit after that, as Armand was flattered by the fence at Hawkesbury, so I'm not worried about it. And the rest of these are just, to be honest, making up the numbers. What are you thinking?
Yeah, keen on 4 for Cindy as well here. And I'm coming back from the Group 3. 2 starts back, one it's maiden, and one fairly convincing there, beating Beautiful Heart, which that form has proven to be okay. And then pretty good run, as you said, in the Group 3 Carbine. It was only 3 or so lengths off the winner there. This looks an ideal target for it now, and I thought the $3 was pretty decent value. I thought it might be a bit shorter than that. Yep. Scratch from another race to run in this. All good signs.
Excellent. The 1400 metre benchmark 68 is up next for the 3-year-olds. Probably the race of the day. Biggest field at least. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going for Samana from the Mayusa stable, third up here. I thought first up was good behind Renosu. That's pretty good form for a race like this, and then come out and won pretty easy at Kemper. That was good signs for a race like this. Handle these conditions, a couple of scratchings, gets into gate 8, so that's not too bad here. And I thought presented good value with the main danger being number 10, Trigara. I think it can run well as well. It was pretty good first up, double-figure odds. But Samana on top for me.
I ended up just deciding that if you finished alongside Magic Time last time out, you're good enough for this race. So I've got La Patrice on top. I don't like the gate. I sort of want to be wider by now, I think. I think we're going to be coming down the outside by the stage of the day, which is why I've got Samana as the danger and Trigara as well, because they're both better drawn to be coming down that middle of the track by now. But still get an each-way price about La Patrice with Nash. Who's going to be close enough. I think he's quite good at just getting to the right part of the track, especially at Kenzo. So on top for me at the each way price, I think it runs very well here. The 7th, benchmark 72,000 metres, and scratchings have helped the case of my top pick here. And I'm fairly keen actually with some of the other dangers coming out, but I love the Trolls of Nasturtium. Had a bit of a spruik last time in. Renwell Fresh, just missing behind Ebha last time. It's controlled 2 trials and run very well. Middle gate, so should be able to pick where it gets into the race. And around the $5, I think it's going to run quite well. And I like the fact that some of these that would have slingshotted and potentially run it down, your Tucson Valleys and the like, have all come out. So on top from me, not going to add much more. What are you thinking?
I'm going with you.
Beauty.
For all the same reasons. So trials have been really good, and as you say, the scratchings here probably go into its favour. Pretty keen it can run well and give us a really good sight first up. So clear on the top for me. Main danger, the resuming turning, but number 1 on top.
Yeah, he's starting to become a bit scary on some of those sort of horses, Nash, because he's getting back to some real top form, and is good at sniping at this Kenzo track, as I said earlier. Anyway, the 8th is a benchmark 72, 1,400 metres. We've only lost Miss Madison O'Mudgee and a couple of others, all of who are on top for me, so I'll let you go first.
I'll get the sirens out.
I knew you were going there. Yeah.
I think the Messiah trained Ceasefire here gets its chance to break through. These first 2 runs have been good. Finishing second, narrowly beaten in both of those. Again, drawn right part of the track, I think, here now, so it can just sit off the pace and finish over the top of them in a perfectly set up 1,400 now, which is just looking for.
Beautiful. Well, I am going to make the case for Strombus, who I actually had in my numbers around $13 prior to scratchings, but he's going quite well this prep. I think all its runs have been pretty good. Just back to the inside at Warwick Farm last time out. Hopefully he can get the outside here and slingshot into this, and around the $5 or $6 mark goes on top. Ceasefire, J-Mac outside gate, scary now. And a lot of these are essentially just bringing provincial form, so I don't know where else to go next. Maybe Master Copy next best. Tricky way to finish the day, actually. For progretracing.com.au, that's been a whirlwind look through the Kenzo meeting. What's your best in value?
Yeah, my best is race 5, number 4, Fall for Cindy, and value race 6, number 9, Samana.
Lovely. These are sort of interchangeable, but the two bets I like on the card are, we'll say my best race 6, number 4, La Patrice, and my value race 7, number 1, Nasturtium. You can flip them either way. They're two better bets on the card at the price. Have you had a look around the rest of Australia? Anything else that's caught your eye?
I've got one up at Bow Desert I think you can back, and that's race 6, number 7, Immoral.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's my best up at Bow Desert. And it would be remiss of me not to go to the first race at Bathurst today, Daggy, where the great man, the Gump, has won. Race 1, number 4, Hot Jive. It's trialled well, and Gump says his horse can win, double-figure odds. So, unfortunately, it's only first 2. There's no third dividend, but it can run well, so it might be worth a sneaky.
Yeah, lovely last trial for that horse. Good luck to the Gump this afternoon. And all his loyal legion of followers. That's it. That's a look through Kenzo on Anzac Day. We'll be back Friday for the Saturday show. We've got Rose Hill and Hillside to look at there as we creep towards the... Actually, I haven't had a look. Is Eagle Farm... What are the features at Eagle Farm? Is it time to maybe have a look at them? Queensland Guineas on this week. So we'll have a look at the Queensland features as well. The Burrawa Picnics are on this week. Unfortunately, can't get there this year, Beaver. We'll be back next year there, I'm sure. All right. See you, mate. Good job.
That's it.
Take it easy.
Guys. Lest we forget.
Enjoy this afternoon, guys. And lest we forget.